Brother Bill, it's Brother Dave.
Hey, how you doing?
Good to have you back on the show, man. Does it sound all right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got a high buzz.
You have a high buzz?
And also the call is not good. But yes.
Well, very good to have you back on the show, man. After all those years of yapping with you, it's like a leap year or something after the pandemic knocked us out for last time.
Oh, I cannot tell you how happy I am to be back. And I'm not going to jinx it, really, by talking about it anymore, because I don't put it past them to cancel anything at any moment.
Right.
But it's a few days out, and we're looking good, and we're all excited to go. And it's pouring rain here in L.A. today. So even more, I want to be saying aloha very soon.
And before we hear more about what's got to be an exciting show and all the celebs who just come and hang with you at it, we got to cover the serious stuff. So last time you were on, we had a little special appearance by your favorite people in the world. I think one was Chico, if I'm not mistaken, talking about the dogs.
Yeah.
And we need a dog update. How are they?
Well, whenever it rains, they're a little freaked out, and they sort of have a look on their face like, do we have to go to the bathroom outside today? And I have to insist that, yes, even when it rains, we go to the bathroom outside. Right, fellas?
No
Yeah,
response.
they know I'm talking about them.
Who's the other one besides Chico?
Chula.
Chula, right. Chula and
Chico
Chico.
and Chula.
Love it, love it. And how were they and you affected by, I guess, anything with the pandemic? Any dramatic or tense moments for the pooches or yourself that make a good
Well,
story?
they loved it because, of course, I was home all the time.
A lot of cuddling.
Whenever I got in the car to go to the office, they always give me that look like, you're going, you're never coming back. It's like, no, I come back every day. But dogs love pandemics. It's just people who I hope most people don't love them. I don't know. I mean, some people... people get used to anything.
Right.
It's like prison syndrome. So I worry about those people who got a little too used to social distancing and masking and all of it. No, I'm all for being a good citizen and doing everything we should to be safe, and I can guarantee that this is going to be a very safe show. But, eventually people do have to go back to living. I see the front page of the New York Times today. Big story, Omicron is largely found to cause milder sickness. I think this is very important for people to know because they do freak out. And this is the pattern of all viruses, by the way. They keep mutating. That's always going to happen. And they mutate to something less virulent, not more. So, if you're vaccinated... Yes, you can still get things when you're vaccinated. I got vaccinated, and then I got the original, or maybe it was the Delta. I don't know. It was in the spring. But
you had COVID?
Yeah, they made me miss 2 weeks of work. I didn't have any symptoms, except I lost my smell for a couple of days.
How'd you know you even had it?
Because they test me every week.
Oh, okay.
So I tested positive, but it's about a month after I got the vaccine. And at the time, this was last spring, people were like, wow, how could that happen? Well, now we know it's very common for that to happen. The good news is that, yes, you can still get it if you're vaccinated. You just don't get that sick. And hardly anybody ever dies if they have the vaccine. So, no, I had no symptoms except I lost my smell for a couple of days, and then one night I was in bed and I farted and I went, oh, I'm back.
Yeah. And did you had you lost the sense of smell after you already knew you had it?
Yeah.
Okay, so no symptom.
I tested positive and I was like, what?
Wow.
And then, because of the rules, they made me miss 2 weeks of work, which bothered me because I had never missed a show in 28 years.
Right. What's the rules on the show with this show? These shows on Maui and in Honolulu, are there any special precautions, or are they going to be venues just filled to the max with people?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not sure because I haven't been privy to that. All I know is that the state of Hawaii is among the safest states in the union. You can, if this show was not going to happen for a while, then it was. I'm sure it's, whatever it is, I'm sure it's the most stringent that it can be. I mean, this ain't Florida. So I know we all had to be, show our vaccination cards and, all that stuff so that people know we're cool going over there. And we are. And again, I think this is great news that they've now said this definitively. This new variant, less mild. I mean, the Spanish flu is still with us. It's just not like it was in 1918 because it got, over the years, less and less dangerous. And that's what's happening with this one. And, look, There's always going to be a variant. There's always going to be viruses. This is what you hope for, actually. This is actually such good news. It's the best we can do on planet Earth, is that it gets less serious, and then it just becomes like the cold or a flu.
Let's have it get less serious. Talking about things staying with us, is Eddie Vedder, Sean Penn, like what's the lineup of folks staying here in Hawaii for these shows? Any cool, like tip of the hand? You know, you can talk about who's on the bill, but you always bring a lot of your boys with you, your budsters.
Yeah. Well, I never will say, because, you know, if they show up and they do stuff, as my friends have done in the past,
Yep.
It's awesome. But I don't want to make it like we're promoting them.
Right.
It always has to be a surprise, and it's always, you know, they just do it out of the love of the show and friendship and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, I don't think there's any year when we haven't had surprise guests, and I hope that continues this year. You know, there are always certain restrictions. My friend Woody Harrelson has been in the show many years.
Yeah.
He has some, I don't know if his beliefs about medicine are going to conform with his ability to show his head in the theater, but we'll see.
Oh, he's not vaccinated.
I'm not sure that that's exactly his point of view.
And when it comes to like the dogs, do they come on the trip, or the quarantine rules here prevent that?
No, dog. They would freak out if I ever. No. They stay home with a babysitter. They're so spoiled.
And on the note of the show, who else is performing besides your special guest that we're not going to?
It's an amazing lineup. First of all, we have Nikki Glaser, who's probably the hottest comedian going in on the circuit right now. I'm sure people know her from her F-Boy Island show on HBO Max and the Comedy Central roast, and she's just doing really great. And my old friend Christopher Kid Reed from Kid and Play,
Nice.
who I started doing stand-up about 20 years ago, and he's a scream. So it's going to be like something for the whole family kind of show.
We dig it. Well, that's a nice one.
I'm really looking forward to this lineup.
Well, hey, do you have a pencil or pen near you? Write down. Have you ever checked out local comedian Andy Bumatai?
I'm writing it down. Andy Bumatai?
Yeah, I'll spell it for you. Bumatai.
Okay.
Bumatai. And he's just really, really, really funny. And when you said family entertainment, it made me think of him, because this guy can do bits that are just really, really hysterical, yet everybody can appreciate. He's been around for a long time. When you look him up online, you'll see he's not like a new face or anything. He's a great...
that's actually a good idea. One year I should actually just grab a local.
I highly recommend this cat. He's really, really
yeah.
talented, and I've known him a while, and I bet when you see his stuff online, you'll... and with the internet, it's like a free press kit, right? You just look anybody up, and you'll see him. So.
And I bet she's got a great following there.
Yeah, no, he definitely does. He's a legendary...
That's a great idea.
Legendary cat. Well, I'm giving you hugs, high fives, and you got to promise me one thing. You're going to give Chico and Chula big snuggles from Brother Dave.
I will, Dave. I really appreciate the plug.
And I'll see
Great
you guys when you're here. Take care. Be safe.
Thank you so much.
Aloha, brother.